I'd say his mood was very, very positive, extremely positive.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for embarrassing speeches and statements from famous faces.
Listen. Lot of serious songwriting went into this.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Ian Stirling vs Lou Sanders.
How is that going to stop stuff
I'm
falling
quietly
out of the hammer?
confident, actually.
Tantrums abound in this task, where they had to put the most weight in a hammock, with Ian Stirling and Lou Sanders locking horns over what strategy to use. Paul Sinner was stuck in the middle and barely even tried to mediate.
We are heavier than anything we can
But
find.
we can hold that as well.
Because it will fall out and then we'll be
Let's try.
disqualified.
They were both far too bossy to work together well, getting into a shouting match. In the studio afterwards, Ian was humbled, apologising for his behaviour and saying he barely recognised himself.
Such a little bossy boots, don't you?
That wasn't pleasant for me to watch.
Lou, meanwhile, had another outburst when an action replay showed that she dropped a book on the floor and lied about it. Even then, though, they were still being passive-aggressive towards each other.
I caught it! I caught it! I caught it!
Number 9. The Your Party fiasco.
Last Monday, your party announced plans for a founding conference, the most democratic this country has ever seen.
Is it Jeremy's party? Zara's party? Just whose party is it? That's been utterly unclear so far. After months of rumours that Jeremy Corbyn was going to set up his own political party, eventually joined by Labour defector Zara Sultana, it looked like he may have succeeded.
Coming together to found a party that will fight prejudice, campaign for peace, act against climate breakdown, and deliver social justice.
But it remains totally unknown whether Corbyn's the actual leader of the party, still going by the placeholder name Your Party, or whether he's a joint leader with Sultana. Following the botched launch of the membership portal, Sultana released a statement deriding the Your Party brass as a sexist boys club, which she later had to walk back.
We've had some fraught days in the last week, as you will no doubt be very aware. And to be honest, we haven't covered ourselves in glory.
The membership portal has since been reopened, but it's still not clear what's going on behind the scenes.
Before all the commotion last week, the plans themselves were warmly welcomed right across our movement.
Number 8. Boris accuses the BBC of stitching him up.
You're not aware of anything, Mark.
I think it's a bit early for you to start in on me on this show, Ian.
Can Boris Johnson take a joke? He'd probably like people to think so, but if his track record on Have I Got News For You is anything to go by, he might have thinner skin than you thought.
I don't think there's enough respect for the royal family on this programme so far.
Poland.
I really don't.
Or how can you respect a band of murderers?
In one older episode where he was hosting, he went after the panelists for making fun of Prince Harry's Nazi uniform. The current story at the time saying they were disrespecting the royal family.
According to Times, Farrell has been collaborating with Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake and Snoop Dogg.
You know they get you to read these out just to make you sound silly. You know that.
He was promptly annihilated by Paul Merton, and then further embarrassed by whoever writes the script for the host by being made to say the names of various pop stars. He later complained in the papers that the BBC had rigged the programme against him.
Everyone who attends gets a potato clock, and by 9 o'clock, they're out of the house and on their way to the awards.
What?
Everybody who attends gets a potato clock.
Gets a potato clock.
Get a potato clock.
Number 7. David Icke on Wogan.
The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that...
He blew up his own career as a sports broadcaster after making an ill-fated appearance on Wogan in 1991, claiming that he was the Son of God while wearing a turquoise tracksuit. He'd already been saying this in the papers, but announced on television that the world was about to end as he was the Messiah, getting only laughter in response.
So I'm delighted that there's so much laughter in the audience tonight.
But no, it's a...
But just let me say this.
They're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you.
In the years since, Icke has only gotten more cringe and worse. He now spends his time raving online about reptilian humanoids and how the moon is a spaceship and or supercomputer secretly controlling humanity from afar. He's one of the few figures banned from Twitter who didn't have his ban overturned when Elon Musk took over.
I am asking no one in this theatre, no one watching this programme, no one on this planet to believe a word of it.
Number 6, Piers Morgan can't take the heat.
And I understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You've made it so clear a number of times on this programme.
Yet again, we have to talk about this bizarre moment where Piers Morgan spectacularly quit his own programme on ITV. He left Good Morning Britain that same day, eulogised by Susanna Reid the following morning, all because he couldn't stop himself from raging at Meghan Markle yet again.
But yet you continue to trash her.
OK, I'm done with this.
No.
Sorry, no.
Sorry. Do you know what? That's pathetic.
You can trash me, maybe not my
No.
The big problem was that Morgan was meant to be advocating for mental health awareness at the time, so deriding Markle for being open about her own struggles and accusing her of lying didn't go down well with anyone.
Sorry, can't do this.
This is absolutely diabolical behaviour.
He then launched his own show on Talk TV, then moved to YouTube, but has now come back to mainstream broadcasting by bringing it to Channel 5 instead.
Following discussions with ITV, Piers Morgan has decided now is the time to leave Good Morning Britain.
Number 5, Hollywood goes for Kate.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
In early 2024, people began whispering that the Princess of Wales hadn't been seen in public lately, with a lot of American stars openly speculating on social media about why she seemed to have vanished. There was a meme suggesting that she'd secretly been killed or died, with the flames being fanned by Kate releasing some strange photoshopped pictures that some speculated were AI generated.
In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous.
Well, they were all aghast when, in March, she was forced to announce that she had cancer and was undergoing chemotherapy. The wild conspiracy theories were deeply embarrassing, even at the time, since it was clear enough that something more was going on with the royals and they were forced to apologise.
My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
Number 4, James Corden's restaurant tirade.
The service, if I lived in New York, I'd go every day on the proviso that, you know, they would let me in. So
most of what James Corden was doing during his stint in the US came across as extremely cringe, especially his Crosswalk the Musical segments that would frequently go viral for all the wrong reasons. But of course, we're talking about the time he got himself banned from the restaurant Balthazar in New York. He was accused of being rude to servers and later had to apologize on the show.
I made a rude comment, and it was wrong. It was an unnecessary comment. It was ungracious to the server.
This got him unbanned, but still reeked of him shifting the blame and acting like he didn't really do anything bad. It's not the only time one of his outbursts has got into the press though. He's also been accused of being rude and demanding to airline staff too.
I called him straight away and I told him how upset I was. I was upset, how upset I was that anybody was hurt by anything that I had done.
Number 3, John Lydon rages against BMI.
Now, this is completely clearly obvious because what I write is reality.
In 2013, John Lydon, formerly known as Johnny Rotten, was honoured with the Icon Award from BMI and got up in front of everyone to go on a rant. Now, this is exactly the kind of behaviour you'd expect from Lydon, but he's getting on in years and all of this did ring a bit hollow.
I'm John. You may not like me, I'm a difficult There's no two ways about it.
He clearly hadn't prepared a speech and was speaking from the heart, but went on and on, to the extent that BMI later had to release an extended cut. They probably knew this would happen, but how seriously can you take an anti-establishment message when most of his money these days comes from flogging country life butter?
It's the truth that I can't live in a world of lies. Because I've got to go back to my peeps, my fams, my friends. You know?
Number 2, Chris Evans resigns.
He's been hailed by many, particularly himself, as the saviour of Radio 1.
He's nowhere near as chaotic now, but throughout the 90s, Chris Evans was an outrageous figure on the radio, from filling his Radio 1 breakfast show with lurid innuendo to taking the entire crew out on a day-long pub crawl. The bosses at the BBC eventually got worried when he began making jokes about Anne Frank.
He's criticised his boss on air, said most of his listeners are thick, made a tasteless joke about Holocaust victim Anne Frank, and only recently refused to do the Radio 1 roadshow.
Things came to a point where Evans demanded that he get Fridays off because he apparently needed the entire day to get ready for TFI Friday, despite his radio show being a breakfast show. They wouldn't budge, and he spectacularly quit after not getting his way. We're glad he seems to have mellowed out as he's gotten older.
But now his name is joining the roll call of ex-DJs from Britain's most popular radio programme, and all because he wants every Friday off.
Number 1, Nadine Dorries, Boris denials.
Have you spoken to the Prime Minister recently, in the last 24 hours?
Why? Why are you asking me that question?
She's no longer an MP, though she has recently joined Reform, and that's probably for the best given that many say she was more incompetent than most politicians during her time in the cabinet. In this memorable interview, she was being grilled by Charlie State on BBC Breakfast about whether she had chatted with the PM lately, while the Partygate outrage was in full swing in early 2022.
I'd like to know.
We've communicated.
Despite going on the program ostensibly to answer questions about the scandal, she was outraged that Charlie would dare to ask her whether she'd had any contact with her boss, which makes you wonder what she was trying to hide.
What has he communicated to you?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the extent of my communications with the Prime Minister.
Let us know in the comments which embarrassing clips we missed.